Welcome back, everybody. My name is CringeyJesse, and this is another episode of Formula One Manager 23. We are here on round number 20. 4 more races to go, including this one. So after this video, 3 more races to go, and then it's the end of the season. Right now, we are holding on to P5 comfortably. However, if McLaren keeps putting up more points than we do, we might not be holding on to it comfortably. So right now, that is our biggest thing. We have to beat McLaren out for P5. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to design any more parts. So next season, with what I have learned, we're going to put it in and see if I can make a difference. But nothing else, really. Let's get into qualifying. We're watching Fernando Alonso complete his last lap as he comes across the line. Does he improve? Gasly improves up to P16. Alonso does not improve. So that is definitely an elimination out of Q1.
This is it. Here we go with the Mexico City Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Alright, so with the extra penalties, we are starting P15, P18 with both of our drivers as we head down. This is a long straight to turn 1. Is there any accidents up front? It doesn't look like it. Alonso fighting Daniel Ricciardo for P17. Will he be able to get it? Oh, they're still side by side. That is absolutely crazy. Gasly moving up to P14 though. Will he get it? Am I looking at the right person? I'm not. Gasly is currently not. He decided against it. But he looks up the inside this time around. And up into P16. Gasly even got in front of Lance Stroll. But up into P16, P13, the Hasbros. 2 and 3, I think that's how it counts. And up in front of Magnussen for P11 goes Pierre Gasly. And is he trying around the outside of Hamilton? He is. Up into P10 goes Pierre Gasly. Up in 1 lap, he goes up 2 spots. Another yellow flag, and it is Magnussen?
We've got a yellow flag here.
It was Magnussen that spun out there. So Alonso's up to P14. And there's a red flag. The session has been suspended, which is going to completely mess up my strategy.
The restart is moments away as the race continues. And it's lights out and away we go.
Alright, restarting P10, P14. So we can neutral and neutral. And we can keep pushing on the gas because we just got a heck of a lot more gas. We might be starting that on the right one. I'm a little nervous about the strat though. We'll see. Who was that trying to get around an Aston Martin? It's Alonso. And there's another wreck, and I think... Did Gasly catch that?
There's been a crash.
Who caught that? Theo Pourchaire up in P9. He's going to touch with the Aston. No, Pierre Gasly did not touch anybody. Thank good. Alonso looking up the inside of Pourchaire. Pourchaire goes into the pit lane for some reason, though. He will have the DRS. Gasly will get in front of Perez. And now looking to catch back up to Carlos Sainz, who's trying to get in front of Norris. Carlos Sainz, as he pulls out to the outside, coming down into turn number 1. Looks like he's going to have Lando Norris coming out of it. And he will. So now we're going to get him up to Carlos Sainz and hope that he can stay there. Pierre Gasly looking around the outside of Carlos Sainz. And he's going to get that one. Hamilton the DRS, which is very, very unfortunate and not at all what we were looking for. Alonso, he's up into P10. Lance Stroll goes into the pit lane. Gasly coming around to lap 38. He's going to get an optimal pit stop lap. And he's up into P2. P2 for Pierre Gasly. And Alonso still P10. And it looks like we got one more DRS straight. There's another yellow flag. Multiple cars have crashed. Make sure Gasly's okay. Gasly is okay. We're looking at George Russell and Max Verstappen here. They're both going back into the pit lane. So is Pierre Gasly. It's going to give Hamilton P1 as Carlos Sainz also comes into the pit lane. Gasly in and out. 2.9. Alonso being held up. 6.6. Gasly's P10 at the moment. Russell is out of the race. Alonso's P16. P10, but Piastri's in the pit lane. So Gasly will move up to P9. He's now 6 seconds behind Perez. Esteban Ocon in the pit lanes here as Gasly comes around the last turn. Down the straight. Up in front of Ocon for P8. Alonso. I don't think he's close. He's not close. Have DRS on Carlos Sainz, who doesn't have any. Gasly still fighting for P7 on Perez. And Gasly will get it. So up into P7 for Pierre Gasly now. Soon. But Lewis Hamilton finally going into the pit lane. He will come out on fresher tires, but hopefully in the traffic behind us. Gasly will move up to P6. Back to fighting for P5 with Carlos Sainz. Lando Norris is also up here. What's Lando Norris? Norris has old tires. We don't lose out on Sainz. Leclerc is in the pit lane. No, we are close enough to get in front of him. So Gasly will get up into P5. And now up into P4 with Hamilton fighting side by side. And Hamilton, he's going to get in front of Pierre Gasly, putting Pierre Gasly back in P5. Gasly's going to come back around, though. And he's going to probably lose out. I'm going to keep him on the ERS just a little bit. Hope he can push. He's going to have DRS on Lewis Hamilton. He's going to lose it again. I know he is. Who has DRS coming down the main straight? It is Pierre Gasly. Does Sainz have? Sainz does not. Oh, well, I don't know. Sainz does not. So Gasly has even more of a chance to catch up to Carlos Sainz in P3. Pierre Gasly losing out to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton's tires degrading fast. Got a couple of 60s up there. I'm gonna just play it safe. Oh, Gasly getting passed by Charles Leclerc. That's unfortunate. Esteban Ocon looking to try to get around Pierre Gasly there. Aston Martin knocking the Aston Martin out of the points and getting into the points himself.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
So I'm positive that Pierre Gasly will get P7 here. As he does.
Okay, that's the flag.
And here comes Alonso for P10. That's double points for us in this race. Way better than what we started at. I'm not mad. I'll take double points. I think we still beat out the McLaren this race.
P10. Fantastic, guys.
One finished above Gasly.
Well done, guys.
But I think we beat out the McLarens this race. All right, so Max Verstappen will win this one. Charles Leclerc will get second, and Lewis Hamilton will get third. That is your podium. Carlos Sainz will get fourth. Yuki Tsunoda, P5. Like I say, he's on a tear. Esteban Ocon, P6. Pierre Gasly, P8. So, okay, McLaren beat us out by 1 point. Anyway, Oscar Piastri moving up 11 spots for P8. Kevin Magnussen getting P2. Fernando Alonso getting P10. Both Pierre Gasly and Fernando Alonso moving up 8 spots this race. We have Lance Stroll P11, Zhou Guanyu, Mick Schumacher, Lando Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, Valtteri Bottas, Alexander Albon, Theo Pourchaire, and then George Russell, who did not finish. Going to the drivers, Max Verstappen holding the lead, I think, because I skipped it really quick, I think he just won it, actually. Sergio Perez getting second. He's going to win it anyway, let's be real. Sergio Perez getting second. Charles Leclerc moving up a spot for P3. George Russell moving down a spot for P4. I feel like I keep saying that depending on which week, that them two just keep jumping each other. Anyway, Carlos Sainz holding P5. Lewis Hamilton holding P6. Fernando Alonso finally in the triple digits, moving up a spot to P7. Moving Alexander Albon down to P8. They're tied for 100. Lance Stroll P9, Pierre Gasly P10. Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda moving up a spot to P12. Valtteri Bottas moving down a spot to P13. Lando Norris P14, Kevin Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Mick Schumacher, Zhou Guanyu, Daniel Ricciardo, and Theo Pourchaire. Moving on to the constructors, Red Bull with 669 points. Very possible that they've won that one too. Don't know. Not sure yet. Ferrari in P2, Mercedes in P3. Aston Martin P4 has doing better than Aston Martin, so we're gaining on Aston Martin. Good, I like to see that. McLaren P6. They did beat us out today, but they're still very, very far behind us. Williams moving up a spot to P7. Alfa Romeo dropping to P8. Alpine in P9. And AlphaTauri for the 20th week this season with 0 points in P10. I'm very, very curious on how AlphaTauri handles AlphaTauri next season. I can't wait to see what happens there. And that is your Mexican Grand Prix. Up next, we are going to Brazil, Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Round 21. So, like I said, 1, 2, yeah, we got 3 more races this season to see if we can either hold on to P5 or even possibly make it back to P4. 3 more races. I'm excited. I literally cannot wait. I almost, at the time of recording this, it is 10:30 Friday night. Y'all will probably see this video on Sunday night, Monday morning, depending on when I get back home Sunday. But I almost want to cancel all of my plans just to find out. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really not. Anyway. Oh, so much. So much. After this race, our final ATR period begins. 1 more research project. I have the money to do another design, but I'm really thinking I'm going to need another engine instead, so I'm not going to do another design. I just learned this new design trick, and I can't even use it till next season. Anyway, a lot to unfold in these next 3 races, and I can't wait. I hope that you can't wait either. If you like the video, please like the video. If you can't wait for the next video or to see how the season ends, hit the subscribe button. Follow along. Come hang out with us. I enjoyed hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. And until next time, have fun.